We are at war. Hey guys, Gamer here, the King of the Gamer Kingdom. We are at war. The console wars is over. Everyone's starting to agree that the console wars is over now. Now it's instead of gamers with their favorite console against other gamers with their favorite consoles. Gamers are at war with these companies. That is the new war against Xbox, against PlayStation, against Switch, Nintendo. You know, we are at war. Steam also needs to be attacked too. We need to declare war against Steam because, and before you say, oh, you know, isn't Steam like, you know, so, you know, they're the good guys, you know, they do nothing, you know, they make money, you know. Steam was one of the first ones to have games that you don't actually own. They own the license to, but they can, you know, take it away from you with no refund because it's a license. And they have. Even when people didn't break any rules, I think like a month or like a year ago, there was, you know, people talked about it was some game or something like that that people bought and then it was taken away. I can't. Maybe you guys will probably not. I'll probably just make a video exposing Steam if you guys want. I'll probably get all the evidence and whatnot. But basically, Steam also had, you know, child gambling, CS:GO. Am I old enough to remember that? It's like no one even remembers that anymore. So they had the freaking gambling sites. Steam is really, and then Steam, you know, screwing over fans instead of actually dealing with the gambling problem. But yeah, so basically, this war has to include Steam. And I understand everyone's focused on, you know, Nintendo and stuff, you know, and Xbox and, you know, PlayStation makes sense. You know, PlayStation, with the movies that you own the license, you don't actually own. But it's like, people need to realize that Steam was one of the first ones who had this no ownership crap, that you don't own the games. With that said, we are at war in general with these companies. Because the console wars is over. It's gone. Let's call it the Great Video Game War. This war is against the companies, no longer console wars. We have to unite. I grew up with Dreamcast, PS2, GameCube, and Xbox Original. And of course, N64 and others, but, you know, in my time was the 6th generation. So, as that, I'm already not a big fan of the console wars. I actually used to play PlayStation for a long time. You know, the HDMI ports for PlayStation 4 and 3 sucked. 4 is worse, and eventually I just moved on to play mostly Xbox. Now, I'm just variety. I like any console. But right now, we need to war. Don't buy the products. You know, legal terms, it's not illegal to play games for free that you don't actually own. You only own the license. Since you don't actually own the product, the actual physical thing, by law, you can have them. We need to do that. That's what I've done. You know. But now, it's war. So how does this war gonna work? What do we do? We, you know, first, you know, we don't pay any of this stuff. We have to get them to lose money by getting as much of the games that we don't own. Any new game that comes out, don't just buy it immediately. In fact, if it's something that you own the license to only, which most of them are, then for free. You know, make sure you do the legal stuff. Find out that it's something that you actually do not own, then you can, you know, find a way to play for free. So, what next? Well, join others in making more videos. Make videos if you have to, or if you can at least. If not, that's fine. But if you can at least share the word, make videos, you know, even if you're a small channel, you know, like me, tell people what's going on, tell people what we need to do with these terms of war. You know, with the battle tactics, we need to tell people this, get people to know how to win the war. Third, unite the game. I mean, the gamers are mostly united, but unite these gamers. For those who are still arguing about which console's better, get them to realize that Nintendo's screwing Nintendo fans, Xbox is screwing Xbox fans, PlayStation screwing PlayStation fans, Valve screwing Valve fans. This is a war. We need to unite these gamers, not keep fighting each other. Not just fighting. Gamers have to unite. We gamers united in the furry war against the furries. And it wasn't hate on the furries, it was just goofing off. Furries were involved in it too, you know. It was mostly just, you know, us, you know, just YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. I was part of it, Furry 1 and 2. And we need to unite. We united in the furry war. It was great. We weren't hating each other, we weren't killing each other, we were being friends. We united in a cause. We need to unite in this cause too. And PC players united. PC players, which also includes me, because I'm also a big PC player, especially a Steam player, we need to unite. People talk about the prices of Nintendo And of course, you know, one of the big things, you know, Xbox doing the same thing. Steam literally got freaking Black Ops 2 when it was backwards compatible on Xbox One. Everyone was playing it. It was like $20 or whatever on Steam. They made it to $60. $60. They bumped it up. They don't care about you. They booped it up because they realized they get money out of it because Xbox is getting money. Xbox made it backwards compatible and they were getting tons of money from it. They did the same thing with Steam PC. They don't care about you. Steam doesn't care about you. PC players, listen to me. Fellow PC players. You know, I actually can say this because I'm a fellow, you know, all these different freaking companies because I grew up with this. Steam freaking hates you. They want your money. They want you to gamble. They want children to gamble. They want your money. They don't care about you. They price stuff up. They have games like 20 years old that's like $60 still. They do not care. Steam is not a savior. Christ is, not Steam. Steam freaking uses you. They want your money. They want to price stuff up so they can make more money from you, so you spend more money than you should have. Imagine someone has only $60. They could have bought 2 different games and Black Ops 2, depending on how much they are. Let's say they're all like $20 each. Instead, they had to pay $60 after, you know, Xbox had backwards compatible and Steam bumped the price freaking $60. They realize what makes them more money. Not that, oh, we want to make games for fans to be happy. You know, we like seeing, you know, their cute faces. No, they want your money. They want to see how much money they make. They want to take as much money from you as possible. What is the 4th step? Convince everyone else that these companies are evil. Convince everyone else that to join if they can. We can't force people. There are people who can't have time. It's fine. People who just want to, you know, enjoy life. It's fine. But for those who want to, you know, fight, convince them to fight with us. That this is how we fight. Remember when you could put games in and they instantly played? Remember those old days? You want them back? This is war. The gamer kingdom, my kingdom, is in this war. Are you guys in this war? For those who are not, you know, subscribed, you don't even have to subscribe to me. Just continue the message. And the 5th thing, for YouTubers that is, to make videos continuing and talking about this war, talking about, you know, news about what's going on and saying, you know, instead of just simply saying the news, say how we'll fight, how we should respond. If Nintendo says something bad, you have to say how we should respond to it. Or at least, you know, get suggestions, and I'll get some suggestions. We can add more to the list of our battle tactics. Let's make the tactics. I'm the king of the gamer kingdom. The gamer kingdom has existed for many, many years. July 3rd would be the 9-year anniversary of this channel and the 10-year anniversary of Gamer King. This is a war and you're in it, if you choose to be. And I won't guilt trip anyone. If you don't want to join the drama or the war, you don't have to. But I am. I'm gonna be a leading figure in this, if I can, even though I'm small. I'm definitely one of the ones who is, you know, building up, making the strategy plans, battle tactics. You can say there are many leading figures and other even Nintendo channels that are starting to go against this. We will win this war. I'm Gamer King. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you all.